Alright, so let's continue, shall we? Let's do something to it. First of all, let's do some snow. Again, let's add some ambient to it. So very easy. You could just use a CC snow, or if you have a stock footage of the snow, I mean that's fine as well. But I'm going to do a little bit advanced since you guys are already here. I don't know if it's advanced or not, but let's see. Okay, so what I can do, since we already know that this whole comping shot is doing within our camera tracking. So basically there is a camera that moves in the 3D space for real. So I could just right click new and solid. Let's use it black, Okay, I think that's how it works. So we're going to use something a little new here by going to simulation, and then I'm going to use practical world. Alright, drag it in like this, and let's solo it and play. So what this CC particle world does, it is a particle basically, and it's go in the real world. That's what it means, I suppose. And as you can see here, so it start at the beginning. I probably don't want that, so I'm just gonna cut it and then put it right here. Again, maybe it's go a little too fast. Could just right click time and time stretch to, let's say, 500. Okay, something like this. And again, it seems like it started out very close to us, so we have to do something. Let's go to producers and then go to position Z, so we push it further back there and let it start somewhere like this, I suppose. Again, we can go to physics and then velocities spread out, but gravity tend to make it flow like this. This is good. All right, maybe radius X, we can expand it, Y, and then Z. Something like this, more like a snow thing, I suppose. All right, okay, so let's expand this furthermore, and something like this. All right, something like this. I can move it to, let's move it to the right a little bit, and then keep expanding it. Okay, that is somewhat, you can see it. Again, I mean, the snow might not be as crazy as this, but we'll figure it out. Okay, don't worry. Again, I think this is one of the thing is too much, so we probably have to go back to birth rate. So bring it down a touch. Let's see how it is. I think that's looking good. Longevity, I don't know, how much do you want? Maybe like this. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Now let's bring it down and behind our character, which is this one. Okay, that's good. As you can see, it's still like yellowish, but that is not what we want. So let's go to particles. Let's color it somewhere around this, and then depth color something like this, I suppose. All right, now you can see it. Let's go like this. So I think this is like really up to you. So if you wanna do blending mode as a screen, I think that's fine. So it's going more. Yeah. All right. Maybe a little too crazy, or not. I don't know. All right. But I think at least it gives more its volume to it. Okay. So that's looking good, but probably not these. No, you know what? Maybe the expansion of the radius Y is too much, too crazy. Maybe let's pull it up. Okay, I think that's more like it. Yeah, so the fast, the you know the how to put it, the speed, the speed of how fast the deep snow goes. I mean that's really up to you. So I'm just gonna name it this snow background. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to duplicate it again. Control D. I'm gonna bring it up. So we're going to do it as a foreground. All right, so let's go back to producers. Bring it down and bring it forward to the front row. Okay, you can expand now. All right, so this would be a basic idea of a foreground snow. All right, and as you can see, actually the snow doesn't go in lines like this. This is more like a stars or something. You know what, there's a way to do it, and I think you know where I'm getting at. Actually, there's a plugin called Particular that could do so many crazy things. So if you already have that, you could just skip this and do your own thing. But since I already announced it, like, this would not use any plugin, so I must be it. So what I prepare here is this. Yes, it's a picture of what is this? Dust particle, something flying in the air. It's not even a good quality, it's very pixelized, but you know what, we don't care. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to throw it in a new composition. Let's call this a particle snow. Alright, so what I'm going to be using, let's pick one particle that you like. You know what, actually, let me use this one. I like this one. There, that's it. So the next thing is, let's use keying. I'm going to use color range, throw it in, and then key out the white. There you go. There you go. That's it. Okay, let's move it in the middle. XO, and then expand it. That's it. That's all we need. Alright, so let's go back to our final comp. Actually, you know what? We haven't even named it yet. So let's name it final comp. Let's make it red. Alright, so what I can do is I could just drag down the particle snow comp down to this. And then let's shut its eye off for now. So we go back to the snow background. Actually, right now it's not background, it's foreground, so something like that. So what this CC particle could do is it can simulate its particle according to what we programmed it to be. Alright, so let's go to particles and let's use, what is this? Textured disk. Alright, so what it allows you can use the textured as what you have for your comp. So this way, so in this case we have the second layer, which is our particle snow. So I could just use that as a particle snow, and now let's play and see. Now it's too small, so let's increase the birth rate up more and more and more. Now there you go, voila, you see it? Now there's a part, of the thing. In this case is the snow, which you can do so many things to it. You can rotate it, however you want. This is initial rotate. You could do something like this. Look how cool is that? That's cool, isn't it? Alright, so I'm just gonna close this eye. I'm just gonna shut this eye off, but again, do not delete it, okay? You know what, for the sake of it, I'm just gonna do the color so we know it's the thing. Alright, let's see. Oh, cool. See? Like that. Again, this is like really up to you. How much do you want it to be? So I could just increase it, make it a lot, and this one too. Look at that. That's cool. And again, to make it more realistic, it needs motion blur. You could just, click on it and then voila. It's create motion blur. There you go. Okay, let's see. There, you know, that's cool. Again, you can increase the opacity of the particle. There you go. And the sides. Let's see. You know, there's a birth side and death side. I don't know how much do you want it to be differ, but you can play around again with the color as well. Okay, so this is pretty looking good of a shot. So I mean, this is a very good start. But again, I mean, this is not the end yet. Okay, actually, you know what? Before we get into the next thing, I want this to move a little faster. Remember, we do change the speed of it. So right click, time, stretch. Let's try 300. There, I think it should be more speed because since it's, you know, it's a kind of like the foreground kind of thing, so things tend to move faster. You know, the general relativity's theory said that. All right, this is looking good. Okay, cool. So the next thing is the depth of field. You know, obviously right now, as you can see, everything is so crystal clear and sharp and in focus. This dang rock even more focused than our character. You know, how absurd is that? And again, you know, if we look into our original, you know, shots, these are very out of focus, you know. So let's create something like that. So we're going to create our depth of field matte. So right click, new, and then, you know, create solid. Let's use it white for now. Okay, so this is going to define where the camera will focus. So I'm just gonna use the eclipse tool. Let's say this is where the part the camera will be in focus. All right. And since the camera very focused on our characters, so I don't think there's any shift or change in terms of a depth of field. So I'm just going to use this and then hit F for feather. Let's try 500. I hope that's good. All right, and then I'm going to pre-comp it by hit Control Shift C, C as a C cat, and then move all attributes. You know, hit OK. Alright, so let's go into the comp. Double click. So basically, as you might already know, if I'm going to do like a depth of field map, I have to use a black and white matte. But right now, it's just transparent. You know, it might look black and white, but actually, it's transparent. So basically, very easy. Create a new solid, which is make it black. There you go. And then put it down here. As simple as that. Alright, so I'm gonna shut his eye off, and then let's name it blur map. Alright, so I'm going to right click, create new adjustment layer. You know what, let's put them together. Let's make it pink. Alright, so it needs to go below our character, which is this layer, the green one. Alright, so I'm going to come to here, so blur and sharpen, and then use camera lens blur, throw it in. Alright, so now it's blurred everywhere. Obviously we don't need that, so that's why we have blur map, which is this one, number 7, you know, layer number 7. So we use a layer to 7 there. Right now is the opposite way, so you could just click on that, reverse. Voila, there you go. So now you have the background blurred, you know, and the foreground, or in this case where the camera is focused, in focus. That's very cool. So if you're trying to simulate that, maybe, you know what, let's go back and check how it really looks like. Alright, so it's kind of, the bokeh is kind of circle-ish, kinda. Alright, so that big. So let's say maybe we want more. Let's try 7. Okay, that's good. And since it's supposed to be circle, right? If you look carefully, this is not circle because it's set up to be hexagon, but again, I mean, there is no like circle thing, so very easy way, it's roundness. You could just set roundness to 100. Now there you go, it becomes circle. And again, if you want the edges to be more focused, you can just increase the diffraction fringe. So let's try 500, that's the max. There you go. I think you can see the difference, yeah. All right, so you know, 7 may be too much, try 6. All right, this is really good. Yeah, you think so or no? There, that's good. Or maybe let's bring down to 5. Okay, all right, that's good. Let's name it camera lens blur. Okay, so I think we are really in a good ground right now. We have depth of field, we have everything. Oh, we didn't have a motion blur yet. So basically just turn on the motion blur for each layer that needs the motion blur. Adjustment layer, we don't want this. Right, let's see. That's good, that's cool. Look how it moves as motion blur as it is. So cool. All right, okay, so maybe the next thing is, you know what, is the light. You know, so right now it will be a little advanced, but keep up with me. You know, I will go step by step. Okay, so don't lose your mind over it. Okay, all right. So I'm going to do something. It's called light wrap. Okay, light wrap, which is like basically it's something that so bright that it wraps around our character or something that is could be wrapped. All right, you know what I mean. Maybe show don't tell will be best. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do here, let's get our character. Actually, I could just use this, you know, this alpha matte again. So what you see it now, it's really helpful. I think you kind of notice that every layer I put a lock, a chains, a lock basically on it, you know, so I don't have to mess up anything that's already there, which is I want. So the next thing, I'm going to unlock only the one that I want to copy. You know, in this case, I probably want the ground. What is this? Oh, I want this. Is this? I want it. This I want it. This, did I want it? Nah. This. Yes. Array light, probably not. This one, yes. Background, no, probably not. All right, and the camera. All right, as you can see, I uncheck the lock, you know, only the one that I want to duplicate it, because I'm going to pre-compose it. So basically I could just click Control A. Basically it shift every layer that haven't locked. So hit Control D. All right, duplicate basically, and then before you click anything, and hold on to Control Shift C, pre-compose, you know. So let's call this light wrap. There you go, hit OK. There you go. I'm going to lock these back and then bring it up. All right, before we do anything, I would like to go inside the light wrap. Okay, all right, so turn on this. Okay, so what we have here, pretty much everything like that, you know. Okay, so before this, I'll probably going to use channel and then use set matte, remember? So use luminance like this. All right, and then let's create the black solid for it. There you go. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to make a contrast between the black level and the white, you know, make it extreme basically. All right, so let's see this one, you know, I'm gonna take away this one and this mountains and take away this one. All right, and what else? The ground. Okay, probably don't need this. Okay, probably don't need an offset. Alright, and for our main character, then I'm going to use tint to make it black like this. Alright, this is what we need. Okay, alright, so the next thing, let's go back to Final Comp. So what we're going to do, we're going to create the contrast between itself, you know, the light wrap. So I'm gonna throw down exposure, bring it down, bring the gamma correction down so much at some degree there. And then maybe hue and saturation, because you know, once when we bring down the gamma, every saturation tend to bring up something like this. Okay, good. And now I'm going to go blur and sharpen. Let's use fast box blur. Alright, and before we do that, let's use a blending mode, you know, as a screen. Alright, now as you can see, everything's so brightened up so much, you know. And then I'm going to play around with blur radius. Let's try 30. Ooh, you see, you know, you can see now the light is wrapping around our character as if the real thing is, you know, wrapping on the thing, the subject. All right, okay, so I think you get the idea. This is optional actually, you know. If your shot doesn't have any light source or anything like this, you don't need to do it. Okay, this is only works on this kind of shots where the light of the environment will wrap around your character. Okay, I could just duplicate it once again, and then this one, bring it up to 90. There you go. Right now it's way too bright. I'm gonna bring down its opacity, you know, just a touch. Okay, there you go. So this is without, this is with. I think you can see the different, yeah. Okay, good. So this is the basic idea, you know, of doing a light wrap. So I mean, there's a plugin, of course, but again, this is not the point of using plugin. So I think you get the ideas of why we're doing this. All right. So yeah, this is pretty dang good actually. So the next thing, actually, you know what? Rather than light wrap, we could do light glow. Just only for our character. Again, we cannot just, you know, create adjustment layer and then, oh, there's a glow effect and then throw it in, something like that. It will ruin the whole thing. And I really point out that we only need a glow from our character. So this technique is no. Alright, so what we have here is our character, right? So I'm going to duplicate both of them. Of course, they have to go in pairs. Hit Control D and pre-comp, Control Shift C. You know, let's say glow main. Let's put that way. Okay, so let's go inside. Again, we need to create its own black background. Alright, so right click, solid black, there you go. And come back to our final comp and we'll do the same thing, you know. So I'm going to use exposure, crank it down, bring it down as much as we could. I think that's as much. So hue and saturation, a little bit down there, and use blur and sharpen, use fast box blur. Alright. And again, right click, blending mode, and screen. Okay, so I'm going to, let's try 10. Okay, there you go. You can see it? Yeah? Alright, bring down a bit. There you go. Or let's try 5. There you go. I could just duplicate it again. And this one, try 15. There you go. That's good. Again, maybe too crazy. I'll bring it down. Hold on. T, and then bring opacity down 50. This one's 70. So this is the way, you know, again, this is just a technique, you know, to make our character kind of blends with the background. You know, we have the light wrap, So the light wrap will blend to our character, but right now we have the glow light, you know, the light, the glowing from our main character to the background. So basically it's both, you know, it helps blend the background to the object, and the object blends with the background. So that's as basic as that. All right, so that's really good. You know, I want to fix this a little bit. The snow, let's see, bring down. All right, okay, so this is, I think this is it, you know. If you want to do some other things, I mean, I could, I mean, you could, let's say, maybe the light leaks, you know, I could just create solid. Let's do something like this color, okay, and then make a circle, you know, and then feather it out. Okay, too big. There you go. Okay, now we can use a screen mode, make a big circle thingy and drag it up here. So that, because that basically where the light came from. So I could just alter the color just a touch, make it more warm. There you go. There, see, that was something. If you think it's too much, obviously we could bring down the opacity, so just a touch, you know. So I think we're doing pretty good, actually, you know. So this is really up to you now, you know, how else or what else you want to add. You can add dinosaur, or I don't know. It's up to your imagination, you know. So again, if you have like a real stock footage of a smoke or something like that, I think that could be great. Let's try that, shall we? All right, so what I have here is a stock footage, you know, of smoke like this. So I could just pick and choose where I want it. So let's bring it down here. And of course, I mean, according to the direction of how it goes, I would do something, oops, maybe something like this, maybe bigger. All right, cool. Okay, let's see. I'll bring it down here, bring up the glow main up here, and let's see how it goes, you know. So basically create some sort of like, you know, a fog or a fog or something, a mist, you know, that go through the camera. See, something like that. Again, you could obviously bring down the opacity, you know. We just want to get the feel of it, you know. We don't necessarily want to see it, you know. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Now you feel it? Yeah? I hope you do. Alright, so I think this is pretty good, you know, how it is. Again, there are so many things that you can do it. I don't know, let's do some fun with it. Let's see, where's the ground? Okay, there you go. I'm gonna click Control D, you know, duplicate it. Let's use this one, you know. Alright, it's here. So I don't need this motion tile, I don't need any of these. Right, let's bring it, okay. You know what, let's bring it there and spin it a bit. Alright, so something like this. Okay, cool. Alright, I can put it up a little bit, and then, you know, we're gonna do the same thing. So channel, set matte, and then use luminance again. I could just use eclipse, you know, as a masking, and feather it. Wow. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's see. And where is it now? Tint, tritone, you know. All right, let's give it a color. something like this. I can push it up, you know, make it up from the ground. You know what, let's see this. Just this, and where's our guy? I mean, girl or whatever. Oh, here. Alright, so I can use curve for it before the tritone, and alpha matte, punch it up a bit. There you go. Alright, so something like this. You know what, maybe brighten it up. There you go. Alright, actually, you know what, we could just do this. We can use this as a like you know, like what do you call it, like a foggy, like on the ground. I don't know. All right, so it's going down. Let's push it back up again. So let's see, let's go whee like this, like, you know, bike through the thing. Okay, let's see, whee like that. Actually I could move it further so we see it going in much faster. Actually, right now the color is way too much. Okay, this is good, I suppose. A little bit. You know what? Let's punch it. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's see. Yep. Again, I mean, if you have a stock footage of like how like go whew, that would be nice. But you know what, we can do it manually. I'm just gonna mask it there, something like that. And obviously I have to subtract it. There you go. See? Cool. And of course, keyframe on the mask path. Before that it was here. So let's go there, and when she goes here, now she's kind of like, you know, go through it. There. And there. Spreading out. Cool. Alright, then feather it out. Let's see. Whee! There you go. That's cool, right? I mean, I don't know. Can you see it? Well, alright. Maybe it's a little too much, I suppose. Okay, let me increase this a bit. Okay, let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's see in third. Okay, go. Okay, that's cool. Nothing much to see, but it's something rather than nothing. You know what? Let's try that. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so basically I can just duplicate it again and again, you know, remember. So 16, and I probably don't need this. So you know what, this one I'm gonna put it up like this. There you go. So it's in front, you know, of our character. So let's bring it down, and let's see, do we need curve? No, we don't. So I'm going to keyframe position. There you go. Hit P and then down, and this one, you know what, I'm gonna push it up further and then down like this. So let's see. No, when you go through it, then whoop, it's coming up like this, and further up more. Ooh, like this. Okay, you get the idea, yeah? Okay. Yep, there you go. Whee! Maybe too fast. Okay. Cool. Yay. Let's watch in full. Yeah. Again, you can keyframe the opacity, you know, hit T and then voila, to 0, so it's not feeling like it's clipping. All right, let's see the whole thing, how it goes. Cool, very cool, very subtle, but impactful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what? Maybe this one I expanded way too much. Okay, all right. This one, let's decrease it there. Yeah. And again, I mean, with this, you know, you could just duplicate it again to add some more foggy on the ground. I'll bring it back up here. And obviously I have to decrease that and put these up. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do some of the foggy here on here. There you go. There. You get the idea, yeah? Okay. Alright, so let's see. There. You see? You know. So it's kind of like go a little bit on thing. There. Voila. As simple as that. No. So this is again, this is really up to you. How you want it. It just, you know, basically just tweak here and there and that's it, you know. Last thing, actually, how many times did I say last now? All right, but before we get to the very last thing is this. I really hate it. It's called sample rate. If you can see it here, the snow. Look at that. What the heck is that? You know, what on earth is that? So that's a bad things that happen when the motion blur was doing its thing. All right, so basically you could just using CC force motion blur, and drag it in. There you go. You could just using motion blur sample. There you go. You know, it makes more blend actually. All right, and this is how far or how, you know, the thing, the streak, you know, of when the motion blur happens. So I mean, but again, you have to remind yourself this CC force motion blur effects will drag a lot of potential of, you know, you doing the thing. Okay, so I think last thing I'm going to do is a dirt on lens, or lens dirt, or however you want to call it. Basically, it's just trying to, you know, we're trying to do something realistic to it, and this is another way that I kind of do it, so it's really up to you again. Alright, so what I have here is called lens dirt. It's look like this. Actually, you could just film it, do it, Google it, however. So I'm gonna use both of it, drag it down, you know. Let's screen. Alright, something like this. It will look something like this, but not quite. So the dirt lens, it's you know how it works, you know. So every time when the bright light shines into the lens and there is a dirt in front of the lens, it will appear every time when the light hits the lens. You know, it will not be there all the time, and it will not be there unless the light casting, you know, through the lens, you know. So that's what we're going to do. Of course, first of all, I'm going to pre-comp both of them. Control Shift C again. Let's call it lens dirt. Okay, hit OK. Let's go inside. And again, so these are very big and huge, so I'm gonna scale it down, maybe flip it. This one, scale it down as well. And I'm going to use adjustment layer and go to color correction, throw down tint and exposure. Just brand it up. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, let's go back to final comp. Alright, so as I said again, we're not going to right click blending mode and screen like this, because remember, this lens dirt will only appear when the light casting or the brightest part of the image. So what we already have here is a light wrap, remember? Alright, I'm gonna use any one of these. Alright, something like this. Okay, there you go. You know, and then I'm gonna hit F4, and then I'm going to track matte with lens dirt like this. But again, it won't do anything. Remember, we have to do luma matte because this lens dirt is black and white, you know. See, there you go. So as you can see here, every time when it moves, you know, it's only going to shine where those brightest part is. So I could just unsolo it, and now as you can see, it will appear only there. You see it? Probably not. You know what? Actually, for this one, we didn't bring this one too. You know, the light and everything, but you'll see it. If not, then you could bring up the exposure and these as well. Now it's coming. There. You know, again, this is very small little details that you can add to it. You don't have to, but if you are, then you can. You know, actually, I mean, we can use this light wrap, or we can create the new one. You know, so because this one, like, it doesn't have this the ray light and everything, but this is fine. This is fine by me. You know, it adds somewhat to it there. You know, so it's create more like a you know, like when imagine it like when you film it in a snowy day and the snow will casting on your lenses and everything, it's not gonna look perfect. So that's just like another way to fake it, I suppose. You know, but if not, you don't need it. You know, if you want it to be like very crystal clear and kind of clean look to it, I mean that's fine by me, you know, as long as you whatever that you aim for. So see, that's what it is. And again, so at the end of the day, you can match grain and also do color grading to it. That's really up to you. In this case, you know what, let's do the final match grain. That is because the background that we do it, it's just a still image. There would not be any film grain to it, you know. When actually our shot, you know, our character has, you know. So I'm just going to create new adjustment layer, put it down below our guy, which is our girl. And let's go to noise and grain and match grain, you know, throw it in. And of course the viewing mode, we're going to do final output. And again, the source of the noise, it came from this one, you know, the very original footage. So open it up, go to 36. There you go, that's it. You know what, let's copy the name, paste it. You might not see it, but there would be it, you know, there would be something to it. You see it? This is without, this is with, without, with. There you go. So basically it will blend everything together, so it won't look like just a flat PNG or photos. You know, it will look more like a videos that you filmed with it. And that's it. You know, you can do a final color grading with it. How cool is that? Or if you decided to do some sort of like focus shift like this, actually it's not pretty bad, isn't it? And these are also an example of, you know, what I did, which they all really done with the same principle that I share with you guys here, with just a different footage, that's all. But all techniques and all the steps are all completely the same as we just learned today. So I hope that this will give you a really good idea of what you want to do. And hey, don't forget, have fun and be creative with it. by the way, I will upload these project file, which you can download it and study from it, and I think that will be really helpful, and I hope you guys enjoy it. The link of these projects will be down on the description box, so you can find it there, and I hope that will be really helpful for you guys. So this is the very end of it. Now I don't have anything else now, so there's a lot of tutorial out there that I've been producing. Some of, well, not some of it, most of it in Thai, but I'm trying to do some of the English for the English speakers now. So I think this tutorial will help you. So if you have any question, you can hit me up on Facebook fan page. You could just Google it, Nippon Studio, or you can visit our website, and there's so many things there that you can learn from. You know, actually it's not just tutorial that helps you. You know, there's some a visual effects breakdown that I did for feature film, or the film that I did in the past, either my own project or with the clients, you know. So those are very helpful as well. You can check out on our website, nipponstudio.com. And if you have any question, you could just leave down in the comments, or any kind words, compliment, that would really help me at some levels. Alright, so I will see you guys next time. This is me, Nippon from Nippon Studio. สวัสดีครับ and God bless you.